Salutations, viewers, and welcome to our very first AHS Sports Network broadcast of the 2020-2021 academic year. We start things off with AHS Volleyball on AHS Sports Network on YouTube as the Des Moines Roosevelt Roughriders take on your Ames Little Cyclones. I'm glad to have you with us, folks. Carter White alongside Ryan Eggert, live from Ames High Gymnasium. Let's summarize the seasons of both teams thus far. First off, the Little Cyclones. They had a singular game win over Hoover a week ago today, winning 3-0. And then after a trip to the Skip Anderson tournament over the weekend, they played 5 more games and wound up at 2-4, which is the record they have now. Meanwhile, the Roughriders come into this game after 3 tournament trips and currently hold a 5-4 record. Something worth noting is that these two teams faced off in the Skip Anderson tournament over the weekend, and Roosevelt was victorious 2-0, setting the stage for us tonight.
Yeah, this is going to be a good rematch for the two teams, and in fact, this is our first broadcast in 192 days. Just over 6 months ago, we were last covering Ames High basketball. Obviously, due to the coronavirus pandemic, we couldn't cover the soccer season as that was canceled, and you know, it's been a long time coming, and we're glad to be back, and hopefully we'll get some exciting play tonight. Can't
Welcome to the campus of Ames High
And we
School.
start off a new season of AHS Volleyball on AHS Sports Network on YouTube right after this break. Keep it right here.
Ames is asking fans to honor
Welcome back into it, folks. Tonight we're going to start off by bringing up your starters. First for the Rough Riders, head coached by Mark Steinbeck. A junior, number 1, Sarah Galuzzo. A freshman, number 4, Asilin Powell. A senior, number 6, Adrian Hansen. A senior, number 8, Marin Palmer. A senior, number 10, Emma Wagler. A senior, number 12, Tabby Keith. And a freshman, number 14, Kenzie Dean. Now for your Ames High Little Cyclones, head coached by Meg Williams. A sophomore, number 3, Ireland Buss. A sophomore, number 4, number 4, Lola Campbell. A senior, number 6, Caroline Walters. A senior, number 9, Sydney Kane. A junior, number 11, Alexa Kapaska. A junior, number 12, Olivia Smalley. And a senior, number 15, Madeline Timmerman. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we are ready to get it started. How about you, partner? You ready for it after a long break?
Yes, sir. Let's get into it.
It is going to be freshman number 4, Asilin Powell, delivering the opening serve. And so it begins, ladies and gentlemen. We're underway from Ames High Gymnasium. Timmermans with a soft hit over. And how about that kill attempt from Wagler? It's unsuccessful, and a double hit will lead to a point for the Rough Riders. Once again, Powell on the serve for the Rough Riders. Timmermans, what a kill attempt, and she manages to get it across. And Ames strikes back quickly.
Got a little bit of luck there for the ball hitting the basketball hoop, coming straight back down. All tied up to 1.
Rossiker on the serve, who is 5th in the state for aces thus far in this season. This communication from the Little Cyclones leads to another score for the Rough Riders. And it's 2-1 in the first set. On the serve for the Rough Riders this time, Adrian Henson, senior, number 6. Good hit across. Campbell with the set. And Smalley hits it over, gets the kill. Seems like miscommunication was what got to the Rough Riders that time as the Little Cyclones tied up at 2 apiece.
Could have been, but that was a very nice hit, right to where nobody was, right in that back corner. It's all tied up again.
Senior number 3, Allie Harbaugh with the serve. First touch by Powell. Aggressively hitting that over. That was Dean. It was saved by the Little Cyclone. Smalley hits it over. And saved by Hennessy. Dean manages to hit it over off the hands of, I believe, Harbaugh. And another point awarded to the Rough Riders.
This game has started out back and forth, and I imagine it'll continue for quite some time.
On the serve is Palmer for the Rough Riders, and almost got an ace. Harbaugh just barely saved it as Walters hits it over. And that's going to be a kill. Hansen wasn't able to keep it under control. And for the 3rd time in this game, Ames ties it up. 3 apiece, first set. Timmerman's on the serve. That's going to be out. We are yet to see 2 scores in a row by either team.
It'll be anybody's guess when that's going to happen.
Dean on the serve for the Rough Riders. And it goes out. And that streak will continue. of no points in a row for either team thus far. We're tied up at 4 apiece. Smalley going to be on the serve. And an ace for Smalley. Impressive work right there by the junior, Olivia Smalley. She'll be on the serve again. And a second ace! Olivia Smalley, 2 aces in a row.
Back-to-back aces for Olivia Smalley.
That one found the smallest of gaps between the two players from Roosevelt there. I don't know how it made through that.
Almost seemed like it was going to be a third one. And how about that kill? That's going to be Keith who gets the kill and gets it a 6-5 game. That was an aggressive hit.
Oh, it was struck with power and pace.
Keith on the serve for the Roughriders. Harbaugh managed to save it. Struggled to find her balance. Kane hits it over for the little Cyclones. Kill attempt was saved. Here's a kill attempt right here, and that's going to be good for Wagler. And she ties the score up at 6 apiece.
Well, still back and forth. No, nobody's been able to establish themselves as the dominant team so far.
Which means we're in for a good match.
Exactly.
Keith on the serve, and Harbaugh lost control of the ball and hit her back in the face.
Double deflection there? Couldn't see.
And the Roughriders reclaim the lead in the first set. Keith on the serve again. And Kane just barely managed to save it. Walters unable to hit it over. And it's another point for the Roughriders.
Well, just unfortunate there, but long time to go. Long time to make those points back.
Keith on the serve again. Keep doing what works. Quick hit over by Smalley for the little Cyclones, and Wagler wasn't able to get a single hand on it, and that gives the little Cyclones a point, 8-7. Junior number 4, Lola Campbell, on the serve. And it just barely gets over the net. That's gonna be out. It almost looked like it was actually in.
It clipped the net, so that's what froze most of the Roughriders, and they got a break there.
On the serve that time was Galuzzo. Walters can't get it over from far away. So close yet so far, and the Roughriders get another point and lead this game 10-7.
That was a very valiant effort. Very close.
Galuzzo on the serve again. Walters with the bump. Kapaska! Was that in? It's in! What a kill, Kapaska, who had the leading amount of kills in the Hoover game. She had 6 kills in the Hoover game alone, and you can expect her to be very active tonight.
Yeah, I think she's going to be active both on the kill side and on the block side. Let's not forget she was last year's leading blocker for Ames, 45.
That time, that was Powell hitting it out, giving the little Cyclones another point. And it is 10-9. Walters on the serve. And it's out. That gives the Roughriders another point. They lead 11-9.
I personally don't like calling something out because you never know. It could very well bounce in, and then you look back as if to say, oops, to us, it's
Especially with the no review cameras, that very well could have been something that they got away with. It was actually in, but the call was out. Speaking of which, another out. That's on Dean. And Ames joins the double-digit club, 11-10. Rossiker, who's 5th in the state for aces, on the serve, and led the team last year in aces. Oscar on the set. Timmerman's the kill attempt, and she got it. And she ties the game up at 11 apiece.
Very good job for Ames fighting back from those deficits, and hopefully now they can build up a lead.
There's the serve from Rossiter. Kill attempt is out from Wadler, and Ames is back in the lead. I believe that's the third lead change of the game.
Something like that.
Rossiter on the serve. And it goes high. The Roughriders are barely able to save it and send it back the other way. Oh, and how about that block from Dean? Oh, what teamwork as Dean hits it back over as well. But Timmermans hits it over. Oh, and it hits the net. And Roosevelt ties the game back up. What a sequence of events.
What a sequence indeed. That just, I don't know. I have no words for it. That was something.
The block from Dean, the kill attempts from Timmermans, all types of stuff that happened in there as Hansen was on the serve for the Roughriders, and another point is awarded to them. 13-12. And thus far, we've got a good match. And Hansen's going to be on the serve again. Aggressive serve by Hansen. Bus hits it over for the little Cyclones. Dean hits the net on a kill attempt, and it's tied up at 13. And Harbaugh will be on the serve for the little Cyclones. It goes out. And Roosevelt is back in front. On the serve for the Roughriders, Palmer. Here's Campbell with a light tap over, and then a kill from Keith. And the Roughriders are up by 2, 15-13. Can't let them run away too far. Palmer again on the serve. Campbell hits it over, it's out. And it's 16-13, Roughriders on top.
Yeah, I think this is the biggest lead either team has had so far in the first set. And we'll see what happens.
Palmer again on the serve. Walters had to fight to save that one, and Timmermans hits it over. Oh, and an aggressive hit from Keith. Literally in Harbaugh's face. And then another aggressive hit by Keith. That one gets them a point, and it's 17-13.
I think a deflection from Timmermans is timeout now.
Timeout is taken by the little Cyclones. We'll take a break as well. Keep it right here. You're watching AHS Volleyball on AHS Sports Network on YouTube. And welcome back into it, folks. 17-13 in the first set. Roosevelt up, and they're going to serve. It's Palmer on the serve, and that's way too far. Ames gets another point. She got a little too excited to serve.
No, don't worry. Ames has had their fair share of errors as well, but I'm not suggesting that another one's about to happen.
Timmermans hits it over. for the serve. Great effort by Kapaska to keep the ball alive. Campbell hits it over for the little Cyclones. And I'm not sure if Kapaska got a single hand on it.
No, that fell about a foot short of where her hands were over the net. So it'll give Ames a point. And the net strikes again.
The infamous net. It can be your best friend and your worst enemy at the same time.
Very true.
On the serve for the Roughriders is Allie Watley, rather. Harbaugh on the bump. Hitting it over for the Roughriders, Palmer. Campbell with a nice tap over, and how about that? It's going to be Keith hitting it over for the Roughriders. And they take a 19-15 lead. Watley on the serve again. And Keith, once again, infamous for just tiny taps. And it works.
Well, that's the way it's been going for the first set. And, things can change in the blink of an eye.
Absolutely. Oh, how about that block? Keith, once again. Kapaska tried to kill it, and Keith said, "The power of my long arms compels you." And it's 21-15. There's Watley on the serve again. Harbaugh gets the first hit for the little Cyclones. Campbell on the kill attempt, and she's got it. Watley tried to save it, and she was unsuccessful. And that gives Ames another point. But at the same time, what an effort. It just didn't end up working out.
Yep, pretty close.
Smalley on the serve for the little Cyclones. It almost hit the net. And how about that aggressive hit? You could hear that all the way from China, from Powell. But in the end, it's going to still end up going over. No, it's not. And in the end, it's going to be a point for the little Cyclones. 2 scores in a row for them to make it 21-17. Smalley, once again, so precise, getting it over the net, but still being so aggressive with her serving. There's Campbell again. And she's got it. Campbell and Kapaska are both the ones trying to get the kills, and they've been doing an excellent job thus far tonight, keeping the Ames High Little Cyclones in this.
Yeah, they really have stepped up to the plate.
Smalley was on the serve. Galuzzo hit it over for the Roughriders. And there's Kapaska with a double hit. That's going to give Roosevelt another point. 22-18. And Roosevelt 3 points away from ending this set on a good note. Keith on the serve for the Roughriders. And the points will go to the Roughriders. After a strange event. Not really sure what happened on that play.
It was outside the rod. I don't know if there's a specific name for it, but you can't play it when it's outside the rod.
Good enough for me as Kane hits it out, and it's 24-18. And the Roughriders are 1 point away from this set being done. Ames would need a 6-point comeback to get back into this game. Walters isn't going to give it to him. That's going to be out. No, they're going to call it in. That looked out to me.
I must have been right on the line or had some points on the line.
Just barely.
Yeah.
It looked out to me, but...
Yeah, I thought it was out.
That one's not out either. 2 straight points for Ames. Let's see if they can keep it up. They still need 4 more points in a row to keep this set alive. Campbell hits it over. There it is from Buss. And that's going to do it. The first set ends with the Roosevelt Roughriders winning it. 25-20, they take the first set.
25-20. This is a reminder that the concession stand on the football
And with that
concourse is
being
open
said,
tonight.
ladies and gentlemen,
And southeast exit on the visitor stand towards the
we'll be
split
back after
floor
this
and exit right on
break
the
with the
breezeway.
second
Proceed
set.
outdoors and take a left as you approach the stadium press box.
Right here, you're watching AHS Volleyball on AHS Sports Network on YouTube. Welcome back into it, folks. We are into set number 2. Des Moines Roosevelt took the first set. And Ames currently has no sets. That was a serve by Walters, was it?
No, I think Roosevelt is the leader in A's for the team. She's actually second in the state. That was 19th ace in the season, I believe, as Roosevelt gets it back. And it seems like the teams don't change benches anymore. But for I'm not sure if you.
Obvious reasons.
Obvious reasons we can't do that.
Coming off of the first set, it seemed like it was a good effort from both teams. It was just Des Moines Roosevelt that ended up having the better second half of the set.
Yeah, they were able to pull away in the later stages of that set, and if Ames can keep Roosevelt honest and keep them to a reasonable gap, they should be able to really give it to them.
The gap is so far reasonable, they got to keep it that way as Roosevelt leads 3-1. Smalley. And that one is out. That is 3 unanswered points by the Roughriders right there to make it 4-1 over the Little Cyclones. Here's the kill attempt. Bus. She's unable to make it happen. Dean hits it over for the Roughriders. Ball still alive.
Double hit, I believe, is called by the main official.
And it is 5-1. Served by Powell. There's Walters who hits it over, and it's going to be on the net. And now you can make that 5 unanswered points.
No, Ames, they gotta get a point here that they need.
Timmermans, there we go.
Right on cue.
A light tap to bring the margin down to 4. 6-2. Roosevelt still leads. Harbaugh on the serve for the Little Cyclones. Oh, and how about that? Palmer was just like, yeah, let me take care of that real quick. Just slapped it down, making it look easy to give Roosevelt a 5-point lead. Hansen on the serve for the Roughriders. Campbell on the kill attempt. She's got it. It was attempted to be saved by Powell. She was not able to get the job done. And Ames scores another point, 7-3. Here's Timmermans on the serve. A little bit of exchange in the middle by Campbell and Palmer. And now it's Kapaska who hits it over for the Little Cyclones. Keith with another aggressive hit. Harbaugh managed to save it. And Harbaugh is the one who hits it back over for the Little Cyclones. Dean tried to hit it over. Unsuccessful. And it's another point for the Rough Rider. Cyclones, rather. Little Cyclones. And there's Kapaska. And I do not know what happened there. Was that a double hit from Palmer?
It sure looked like it.
No call was made, and a kill from Dean to give the Rough Riders another point. I don't know if that was the right call.
Yeah, like I gave him a hot potato at the front of the net. But Rough Riders catch a break there, and they're able to pull out to a 4-point lead.
Haven't played hot potato since kindergarten, folks. On the serve is Palmer. Campbell gets the first hit for the Little Cyclones. Kapaska tried to get the kill. Dean blocked it. Campbell hits it over. And it's Powell. And there's a kill attempt from Dean, and it was saved by Rossiter. Here's another one from Dean, saved by Campbell. Campbell's the one who hits it over. A light tap to bring it over by Dean, and it was saved. And there's a kill attempt. Good from Keith. All of that effort just for that to end up happening. And it's a 9-4 lead for the Rough Riders. Palmer on the serve for the Rough Riders. And that ended quickly. Smalley barely touched the ball, and it went back down.
It looked like it hit her knuckle rather than her wrist.
Palmer was on the serve for the Rough Riders. Campbell hits it back over. What an effort from the Rough Riders as Hansen hits it back over for them. And there's another block. Keith, who at this point is the best player on the court tonight. She has been on fire. As a timeout is called for the Ames High Little Cyclones. 11-4 in the second set. Des Moines Roosevelt leads in sets 1-0, and with that, we'll take a quick break. Keep it right here. You're watching AHS Volleyball on AHS Sports Network on YouTube. And welcome back into it, folks. It's 11-4 in the second set. Roosevelt on top of Ames in sets as well as they lead 1-0. And the ball did not even get across the net that time. And it's 12-4, and Roosevelt is really rolling now.
Yeah. Seems like they're hitting the ball backwards a little bit more than the ones that hit sideways.
Palmer on the serve. Pasca hits it over. With a little Cyclones, and there is a kill. Keith has been absolutely on fire tonight. Making great plays for Roosevelt and leading the way. And here's Palmer on the serve for the Roughriders. Campbell on the kill attempt. She's unable to make it happen, and Keith managed to hit it over for the Roughriders. Here comes a kill attempt right here. That goes way too far. And that point's going to go to the Roughriders. The first 10-point lead of the night.
Yeah. Biggest lead of the night for either team so far, and this is really the most dominant streak we've seen from either team tonight.
And Kapaska finally gets the Cyclones rolling. And it's 14-5. For the sake of confidence, they really needed that kill right there.
Yeah, they did. No question about it.
And how about that once again? That time it was Walters. And it's 14-6. But the comeback is not complete yet. There's still work to be done. Smalley on the serve for the little Cyclones. And then hitting it over. Wow, Dean. And the ball goes over. The little Cyclones will get the point. And they've scored 3 in a row.
Oh, they're going to reverse that decision to Roosevelt for a net violation, I believe.
An instant replay in the head. That's the thing, folks. In high school sports, Iowa high school sports at least, if there's going to be any reversing of the call, it's going to come from the head.
It was very close. It was almost as if I didn't see which player it was. Didn't expect it to go over the net.
Keith denied. Kapaska, the brick wall. And it's 15-7. Not in my house, Kapaska says. And Campbell will be on the serve. And here we go again, ladies and gentlemen.
That's a good way to respond after getting a point taken away. Get to 3-0.
Exactly. Campbell on the serve. And hitting it over.
Open the electrical panel over there. Granted that the door to the electrical panel was already half open.
That would be a shame if all the power suddenly went out, because then our broadcast would end immediately.
Rather we'd have issues.
I think that Walters on that really hard hit from Galuzzo should have let that go out. I think it will go out. Oh, and Walters unable to save it. Well, she was able to save it, but nobody was there to get the assistance. Teamwork was not evident in that play, and it's 16-9. Roughriders get another point.
Yep. I don't know whether that ball was going to land out of bounds. It was right near the line. But, they went after it.
And the so far MVP of the night, Keith, hits it over. And Roosevelt is back to the streak. Keith on the serve again. Here's Kapaska. She tried a light hit. I'm not exactly sure what gave Roosevelt the point that time.
Yeah, that was another net violation there, I believe. The ball just sat on the top of the net, went back to the second tip back towards Ames, and they tried to put it up on under the net.
And once again, it's another point for the Roughriders as Keith forced a tough situation on her serve. And she serves again right here. There's a hit over by Kapaska, too far. Well, after all those kills and all those blocks, you might think that a tiny tap is rather a very aggressive hit. And it's 20-9. The Roughriders way in front of the Little Cyclones. Keith on the serve again. Bus gets the first hit for the Little Cyclones. Ling by junior number 8. Hits it over. How about that? Roosevelt on a roll, 21-9. 4 points away from ending the set. Folks, by the way, feel free to let us know in the chat if there's any disruptions going on in the broadcast, and we will get on the problem immediately. Keith on the serve. Kapaska too far. And Roosevelt at this rate very well to take the set.
Yeah, 3 points away. They've been obviously out in front for the last while, really.
Keith again on the serve. Once again, that concept of continuing to do what works. Oh, miscommunication. This time on Roosevelt's side. Ames finally reaches double digits in the set. They've got a long way to go if they're going to come back and get the Roughriders in this set.
Yeah, a long way to go. He's right.
Walters on the serve for the Little Cyclones. Hansen hits it over for the Roughriders. There's Bus. Managed to get a kill. It went off the net and down. 22-11.
That's lucky, I would say. Hit the net and went straight down.
Kill attempt is too far from Hag. Grace Hag, a freshman, number 11. And it's 12-22. As Ames is only down by 10. Walters managed to save the ball from getting down. And there is a kill from Galuzzo. It looked to me like the ball went too far.
Yeah, I'm not sure where the deflection occurred, according to the officials. But, Roosevelt 2 points away from closing the set out.
23-12 and make that 1 point as Ireland Bus was unable. 24-12 rather. Ireland Bus had practically rolled off of her hands.
Yeah.
She had nothing she could do about it.
Nothing she could do there. That was rather unfortunate.
Galuzzo hits it over. Ling Bai hit it over for the Little Cyclones. Now Walters with the ball. Here's Bus. Unable to hit it over. And set number 2 will belong to Roosevelt as well.
Roosevelt takes set number 2, 25-12.
And instead of going to a break, we will keep it right here instead to talk about what the game has been like thus far. Well, Ryan, in the first set, we saw a close margin as we were in the game. And then lately, in this second set, we saw a dominant performance from the Roughriders. But I'm not really sure what it's going to take from Ames to get back into this game. They need to win the next 3 sets in a row to win the game.
Yeah, it's gonna be a tall task nonetheless. But it's a never say die team, and they'll try everything. They'll give it everything. They'll try their best to get back in and try and avert this domination that Roosevelt will put on, especially in the second set. They won by 13 points. Overall, I expect them to continue to do more of the same here. And only time will tell what's going to happen in this next set.
Absolutely. And with that being said, we will be right back with the third set. Can Ames make a comeback, or will this next set or the set after be the final set of the game? Hopefully Ames can force 5 sets and bring us a good match, but we'll see what happens after this break. Keep it right here. We're watching AHS Volleyball on AHS Sports Network on YouTube. Welcome back into it, folks. Roosevelt leads 2-0 over Ames. And I could hear Coach Steinbach of the Roughriders giving them some motivational words. It seems like thus far tonight, with the performance that the Roughriders have had, he's doing his job well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they were dominant, as you mentioned, in the last set. 25-12 victory, and they were able to pull away at the end of the first set as well.
And the ball never returned to the other side of the net on that play, as it's 1-0. Roosevelt gets the first point of the third set. Powell on the serve. Campbell barely had to hit it, and it went all the way back over. Timmermans on the kill attempt. And the light tap that she's a master of didn't work this time. But the ball never got over the net for Roosevelt that time. And the game's tied up at 1 apiece. Rossiker hits it over. On the serve. Dean managed to get the kill. I really thought that one was out.
I thought it was out barely, but that's not the case.
Apparently not. Hansen on the serve for the Roughriders. And Smalley too hard on the kill attempt. And the Roughriders have another point, 3-1. Hansen going to be on the serve. Timmermans on the kill attempt, and it was deflected and tipped over the hands. And then Powell was too strong to give Ames another point. Three to 2. Harbaugh's going to be on the serve for the little Cyclones. And it does not even reach the net 4-2.
That didn't come off the way she wanted it to.
Absolutely not. It's not the mistakes you make, but whether or not you recover from them rather. Serve from Palmer. Campbell keeps it alive from long distance, and Harbaugh can't get it over the net. It'll be 5-2 once more. Roosevelt still continuing to work their magic as they go on another streak. Campbell, and nobody was able to get to the ball. 6-2. And Roosevelt on another run that Ames had better stop quickly if they want to stay in this game. Timmermans. Oh, and Walters with the kill from long distance. Great way to keep Ames in.
Absolutely, you gotta take points when you can get them. Go for them at all times.
Timmermans on the serve for the little Cyclones. Dean, kill attempt saved by Rossiker. Timmermans. Palmer, what an effort to try and save it, but she was unsuccessful. It's going to be 6-4. Timmermans on the serve again for the little Cyclones. Oh! The light tap worked. The light butterfly tap. That's something you could potentially call that.
I guess that's a thing now.
Wonder how many times she can catch Roosevelt sleeping with that trick. And that time it was too hard. Just barely enough the first time. Second time, a little too much power in the cannon. And it's 7-5. Roosevelt still in front. Ames yet to lead in the third set. And it's Watley was on the serve. And they get a little bit closer to leading in the set, 7-6. The margin is 1. Smalley on the serve, and the margin is back to 2. She hits the net on the serve, and it's 8-6 Roosevelt. Going to be Keith on the serve, who's been the most dominant player perhaps on the court tonight. Walters hits it over for the little Cyclones. Powell tried to get a kill. She wasn't able to. Wing by hits it over. And there's a kill for Galuzzo. And it's 9-6. Roosevelt still in front. Keith on the serve once more for the Roughriders. Harbaugh hits it over. And it's Keith once more. Galuzzo. Pasca knocks it down. Drops the sledgehammer, and it's a 9-7 game. Here's Campbell on the serve. Kill attempt was saved. Wagler tried that kill, and now it's Walters hitting it over for the little Cyclones. Oh! Maines managed to catch Roosevelt sleeping, and it's an 8-9 game.
Another block there about the shoes. Very good at blocking.
When you're that tall, folks, it's like child's play.
volleyball looked in my games. Obviously, I don't have the best rules.
Galuzzo hits it over for the serve. Kill attempt by Kapaska. She's got it. It was stopped for a second, but she ended up getting it. And it's 10-9. And there's Walters, who serves for the little Cyclones. And they're going to call it out. That ties the game up 10 apiece.
I don't know about you, but that thing looked like it hit the line.
No, it didn't.
You don't think? You don't think so? Well, from where I'm seeing it, it looked like it hit the line.
Vi unable to get it over. And the little Cyclones, when they were just barely in a position to take the lead, they weren't able to. Roosevelt back in front.
Yeah, that's unlucky.
Timmermans knocks it down. You may as well call her Madeline Timbermans because it's going down and she's yelling timber. 11 apiece in the third set. Ames not going to let Roosevelt get this last set that they need to win easily. Ames takes their first lead of the third set, 12-11.
First lead in a little while.
Absolutely.
Always good to have a lead.
That one did not look like it was out. Or in, rather.
That thing.
Go 5-1 run, Johnson. Go on the road. Timeout.
The lines are the deciding factors so far today. And, players are pushing the limits where they can serve and where they can get it called for them.
And we'll just have to see how much longer they can keep this streak up of the pure dominance that they've had in this third set. They haven't let Roosevelt get away too easy, but they've still got work to do. They got a whole 3 sets to win if they want to still win this game.
Right. This is just one small step in the tall mountain that they've got to overcome. And if they can get away with a set win, that'll be good, because then that means they can force Roosevelt to play another set. Roosevelt takes the lead now. No, excuse me. They cut the lead in half.
12-13. Even more points coming out of that timeout would have given Ames probably even more momentum. I guess that's what Roosevelt was attempting to do, is stop the momentum. Here's a serve from Hansen. Walter's the first one to hit it from Ames. And Smalley gets the hit over. Keith. And
Another net violation.
And right after Ames gets a 2-point lead, Roosevelt diminishes it and ties the game back up.
Well, net violations are very, very strict.
Like we've said earlier, folks, the net can be your best friend and your worst enemy at the same time. As Timmerman sledgehammers it down, and it's 14-13. And there's Harbaugh with a tall serve. And she's the one who hits it back over for the little Cyclones. And there's Dean, who hits it over. Hennessy hits it back over for the Roosevelt Roughriders. Campbell with the kill attempt, and it goes off of the arms of Powell and out. And it's 15-13. Ames is back up by 2. Now they have to try and keep it that way.
Yeah. If he can get a couple points here, that would be pivotal to help them get closer to a set win.
Too far. Keith. And it's 16-13.
I don't know how nobody touched that. That thing was almost blocked, and then two players in the back went for it and didn't make contact.
Too far. Roosevelt gets another point, and it's 16-14. So Roosevelt not going to let Ames run away with it. Palmer on the serve. And there's another point for Ames as it hits the net, 17-14 in the third set. Timmerman's on the serve for the little Cyclones. Oh! Nobody got to the ball in time. And Ames is on the roll. Gentlemen, start your engines. The little Cyclones are rolling now. Timmerman's on the serve again. She tries her little tap trick. And this time, it backfires. Or jinxed it, otherwise known
I as.
as.
Shouldn't say jinx, the commentator's curse struck there.
There's Watley with the serve.
I don't know how that thing got over.
Keith, did she get the kill? Yes. And she's up 16-18. Ames is still up. Roughriders knocking on their door. Watley was on the serve that time, and it was Watley who tried to save the ball from going down. She wasn't able to. 19-16 is the score. Smalley on the serve. There's Powell. Campbell on the... Campbell tried to have a battle
Four hits.
with Galuzzo. Another game of hot potato.
Yeah. It looks like the official signaled 4 touches by Ames. I don't know there. Well, it was blocked and then somebody tried to put it back over. So I can...
Oh, and a short hit from Powell. And the Roughriders close the margin down to 1, 19-18. If they win this set, that's a ball game. Keith on the serve. It seems like whenever Keith is on the serve, the Roughriders go on a run. Let's see if Ames can prevent that streak from continuing. Walters. Smalley. By. Saved by Keith. Oh, and how about that block from Kapaska? And it went underneath the hoop. The net. 20-18. For the first time in the game, Ames reaches 20 before Roosevelt. Campbell on the serve. Kapaska was unable to hit it back over.
Unfortunate grab.
The Roughriders strike right back. There's a hit over by Galuzzo. Walters. Galuzzo. Bus hits it over. And it's 21-19. In the third set, We're either going to have a very dramatic ending to the game or a very dramatic ending to the set, and the game might continue on if Ames can keep this up. Walters on the serve. Then hitting it over was Powell. Timmermans hits it over for the little Cyclones. That would have gone with a spike there. Powell spikes it over. Deflected by Timmermans. Walters hits it up. Roosevelt just barely able to keep it alive. And Smalley keeps it alive for the little Cyclones. Oh! And there's Palmer. And the Roughriders join the 20s club. The margin is 1 in the third set.
Quite sneaky.
Powell on the serve for the Roughriders. Timmerman's going to go for a kill. Deflected. Roughriders save it. And Dean hits it over for the Roughriders. Timmerman for a kill again. It was blocked. Here's a kill set up for Dean, and she's unable to lay it down. Walters with the save. What a great play. Oh! And the game is tied. Wagler with the kill. 21 apiece. And Roosevelt creeping up on ending this game. 3 sets to nothing if they can. There's still some more volleyball to be played. Oh, and the ball was kept alive, but they're going to give the point to Roosevelt. I'm not sure what happened there.
Well, the ball was so close to the floor. I think it was kicked over.
22 to.
I've never heard of a rule where you can't kick the ball over, but
The Roughriders are back in front. Timmermans saved it. Walters hits it over. It hits the net. 23 to 21.
Timeout, Ames.
And a timeout is taken by the little Cyclones. We've got a close one, folks. The Roughriders ready to end it if they can, but Ames will not let them get to it easily. We'll see what happens after this break. Keep it right here. You're watching AHS Volleyball on AHS Sports Network on YouTube. Welcome back into it, folks. The Roughriders are 2 points away from ending it. Little Cyclones need 4 more points to keep the game alive, or they suffer another loss to their record and move down to 2-5. Roosevelt would move to 6-4 with a win tonight. Which fate will happen? We will find out right now. Powell. Timmermans hits it over. And no one was able to save it, and it's 22 to 23. Oh, and Coach Steinbach is not happy about what just happened. As the Roughriders are trying to preserve a winning record tonight. And there's a kill! Just what the doctor ordered as Wagler makes it a 24 to 22 game.
that's match point. It's match point now. Ames has got to get 2.
And then force deuces.
And
Timeout is taken. We'll keep it here instead of taking a break. Well, it does not get much better than... Well, it can get significantly better than this, actually, if we get into the 5th set and this happens. But we're still in a tight situation. Ames trying to survive for 2 more sets, and Roosevelt trying to end it right here. They get 1 more point, and they do it.
Yep. 1 more point, and they get the game. And Ames just needs 2 points to force essentially a deuce, in which you have to score 2 points in a row to win.
Hansen hits it over, and Is it out? Yes, it is. 23-24.
Still alive.
Two ways this can end. Roosevelt wins it right here, or Ames sends it to deuces. Here we go, folks. It all comes down to this. Ames has to try and keep it alive, or Roosevelt adds another win to their record. Harbaugh hits it over on the serve. Keith on the kill, and she's got it! Roosevelt takes the game. It's all over. 25-23, the final score, and that'll do it. And that is going to do it for the game. Final score, 3-0. The Roosevelt Roughriders shut out the Ames Little Cyclones in a game that went down to the wire in the third set, but everywhere else, well, not quite the same scenario.
No, Ames, they're playing one of the best teams in the state, if not the best team in the state. Some of the best players, surely, at least in Class 5A here. And it's a valiant effort, and I think it's an important test for future challenges that may come their way when they have to play conference opponents. And they were able to find what areas they need to work on, and hopefully we get to do more of these games without having the danger of getting the rest of the season canceled for coronavirus.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we will be right back with post-game thoughts. Keep it right here. You're watching AHS Volleyball on AHS Sports Network on YouTube. Welcome back into it, folks. The Roughriders shut out the Little Cyclones 3-0 here in Ames High Gymnasium. In what we thought in the third set, it really came down to it, and there was a chance for Ames to really take control, keep the game going. They just weren't able to do it.
No, they had a good fight though. It was a good test to see what it's going to be like against conference opponents in the future, and they've got to, they have to work on some things for sure, but overall, good performance, and I'll be excited to see them come back. Overall, it's a long road ahead of them to try and obviously get some wins against tough teams, but anything is possible, I think.
Absolutely. It was a fun night, but unfortunately the Little Cyclones were unable to prevail against the Des Moines Roosevelt Roughriders. They had some good attempts. They had some close calls, but unfortunately it would be Roosevelt who ended up on top. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for this edition of AHS Volleyball on AHS Sports Network on YouTube. Our next AHS Sports Network broadcast this Friday, 7 p.m. Central, a football broadcast between the Urbandale Jayhawks and your Ames Little Cyclones. We hope to see you all there. And next week, we bring you back here next Tuesday for the Little Cyclones to face off against the Johnston Dragons right here on this very place, AHS Sports Network on YouTube. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for this edition of AHS Volleyball on AHS Sports Network on YouTube. Roosevelt shuts out the Little Cyclones 3-0. I'm Carter White,
I'm Ryan Eggert.
the voices of your Ames High Little Cyclones, signing off. And cut. Woo!